There's a line I like so very much in the Lords of the Ring trilogy. I can't remember. It's got to be either the Fellowship of the Ring or the Two Towers. Gandalf said that was a dangerous thing, stepping out of... Now, who said that? Was that Bilbo? I think it was Bilbo Baggins. It's always dangerous stepping your foot out of your house, because once you get out, you never know where it's going to take you. Oftentimes, the journey starts like that. You take one step, then a second step, and you keep going. There is no knowing where it's going to get you, but you keep going nonetheless. Aware that, things could go awry, but hopeful all the same that you will arrive at the destination of your choosing and one of comfort. And so 2 days ago, we started this journey, the national finals of the I Beg to Differ Students Debate Tournament. It's the Tournament of Champions. And what grueling 2 days we've seen. We've already said bye-bye to two. We had to say bye-bye to Cindy, and eventually we had to say bye-bye to Chimerema. We saw 8 debaters in the first 2 days. 4 young boys and 4 young girls. And we've had to say bye-bye to 2 of those 4 girls. We continue today. I promised you yesterday, today you will meet the champions, because they are all champions. Everybody in this debate is a champion. Whether you had won the regional finals or not, you are a champion. And so we get to meet the Port Harcourt crew, and you also get to meet more of your Lagos favorite. Welcome to the debate on day 3 of Nigerian-Info's I Beg to Differ Tournament of Champions. The power of eloquence, the rigor of research, and the art of persuasion at its finest. These are some of the things you've seen over the past 2 days. Today, we continue our journey towards picking Nigeria-Info's debate champion of champions. If this is the first time you've tuned in, you may be late, but not to worry. There are many more days, 3 weeks. We are doing this until the end of the month. There is plenty of debate to come in your future. As the saying goes, it's better late than never. And you can catch up on the last 2 days of debates on Nigeria Info's Facebook and YouTube handles, Nigeria Info. Just type I Beg to Differ, and all the previous episodes will appear. You don't want to miss what went down yesterday or the day before. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube for a certainty. Thanks to Tunde Abdul Salam and the entire digital content setup. Everybody pitching in. You hear more about them later. I'm Femi Obong-Daniels, my co-host, my co-conspirator, and whatever else you want to call her. She's the adorable Yvonne Okhaifo. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very well, Femi. Thank you so much for that introduction. Hello, Nigeria. Welcome to day 3 of the tournament. We will begin by appreciating our partners. We've got a slew of them so far since the tournament started, starting with Chrisland Schools for accommodating the champions from out of state. Chrisland has been in the education business for nearly 5 decades. With 6 nursery and primary schools, 6 secondary schools, a 6th form college, and a university. And one of their students, Onwusika Somkenechuku Ikechuku, made all A's in YX SSCE this year, despite dealing with a tremendous loss of a loved one. I heard he lost his father, Femi, and he still soldiered through and made all straight A's. And we can say that for Chrisland, the watchword is excellence. So you can find Chrisland schools on the mainland and on the island here in Lagos and in Abuja as well. We're also saying thank you to Olaya Foods and Catering. They are partnering with us to keep the debaters refreshed. Olaya Foods and Catering make all kinds of local delicacies. They have outlets at Lekki, Victoria Island, Surulere, and Ikeja. And you can reach out to them to order, something. Call to Fly has partnered with us to transport the Abuja champions. Call to Fly caters to all your air transport needs. Everything from flight ticketing, hotel reservation, to freight and logistics. Also, many thanks to Biloxi. Biloxi has given the contestants their tasty De Flora chocolate cookies. And so when the debates are over, these kids will have cookies courtesy of Biloxi. Obiwizi is a long-standing partner of I Beg to Differ. Obiwizi is here again, and we are saying thank you to Obiwizi. If you'd like to purchase gadgets of any kind, Obiwizi is your guy. For sponsorship and partnerships, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm.
There will be more information coming from Obiwizi. Special thanks for the steadfastness and the continuous support.
Indeed.
We appreciate you, as we do appreciate all our partners and sponsors for the national championships here, hosted for the benefit of the country. Now, as a quick reminder, the winner of Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ National Tournament of Champions will receive 2 million naira. It's 1 million naira for the second place finisher and 500,000 naira to whoever finishes third. There will be time to share other goodies that these contestants can go away with, including gadgets and all, in the days to come. In the meantime, we need to meet our amazing judges, impartial as they come. I have been super proud so far. Let's start with our handsome chief judge. If you are watching our live stream, I guess you can see them. I'm hoping. Yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. So if you're following our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube,
correct.
You can go to our live stream now. You'll see the face of our gorgeous judges. Dr. Chikingbadiche is the handsome head of the Department of Communications, Media and Cultural Studies at Pan Atlantic University, Lagos, Nigeria. Dr. Ngbadiche, do you want to wave?
Yes, he should.
Yeah, he does the salute.
He does the salute. I was going to say, if you're wondering who Dr. Ngbadiche is and you're watching the live streams, he's the one in the white shirt, and the tie, okay?
White shirt. All right. Then we have Judge Ama Basi Ekove. She is the beautiful program officer at the Budget Foundation. Judge Ama, yeah, you're radiant. Thank you. Also, I said the beautiful ones are not yet born, but they're everywhere. Welcome, Judge Elizabeth Michael, broadcast professional, learning experience designer. Judge Elizabeth, thank you very much. Care to do a little wave? Beautiful. Yes. The last and least.
Look out for Master Cheeks. He's trying hard not to smile.
I was waiting for me to say the last but not the least. The last and the least is my very own good friend, amazing guy, and one of a kind fellow. Ufoma Egbamuno. Fine boy, news manager, Cool FM, Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, Kids FM, and any other FM to come someday in the future. Thank you very much. You want to wave? for my examiner. Beautiful. All right. Our final judge is our diction judge. Her name, Yvonne Okhaifo, my co-anchor.
I'm waving.
Mm-hmm. All right. So where do we go from here? The debaters.
It is time to meet the debaters.
The debaters. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see our debaters for today. And this is the part where, oh, by the way, Yvonne. Yeah, here we go.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I will just go ahead. Well,
yes, just go ahead. Give them instruction and then we'll come back and
Okay.
introduce them.
Well, the GM, Femi Obong-Daniels here, will introduce the debaters, but just a quick rundown of the rules. You know them already. First of all, you were told to prepare for both sides of the topic today. We are going to find out what side you will debate in a few minutes. But remember that during this debate, you will get 3 rounds: the presentation, the rebuttal, and the closing rounds, okay? You know that during the rebuttal rounds, you should first refute your opponent's points before going on to add extra points, okay? Make sure you do so. If you do otherwise, you will be penalized okay? You will be penalized for that. So make sure you refute your opponent's points first before adding extra points. All right? I believe those are the rules, the salient rules you should pay attention to. Also, judges will judge your style based on how you open your debate and how you close. So pay attention to your opening and closing remarks. Okay?
All right. So here we go. Time to meet our contestant. Let me start. As soon as you meet them, they will do the ritual of picking sides. Please permit me to introduce first Delight Okey-Orji. She's 16 years of age. She is an SS2 student of the Threshold International School, Port Harcourt. Okey-Orji Delight. In the Port Harcourt Regional Finals, Delight had to go through 4 debates, 3 of which she won hands down. She's chaperoned to the national finals by her teacher, Mr. Prince. We thank him very much, and all the other teachers we appreciate. Welcome to the debate, Delight. How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
It's great to meet you.
It's great to meet you too, sir.
Beautiful. Her opponent is 16 years of age as well. He's in SS3 at Newhall International School, Chevron, Lekki. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, please meet Minanengyiofori David. Hello, David. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir.
Probably the first time on air in a debate that I got your name spot on, right?
I was about to say that.
Welcome, David.
Thank you, sir.
David, in the regional finals, season 6, went all the way to the semis. 5 debates he contested in. 4 he won until, I guess, the semi-final showdown.
When he bowed to
No, it was
Mary
the final.
Ukeashe,
It was the very final.
yes.
It was the final. The very final against Mary Ukeashe.
That's correct.
That was a day of thunder, lightning, and storm throwing. Here he comes again. These very brilliant minds set to debate. Special thanks to Mr. Eugene, his teacher, who has chaperoned him to this debate.
Yes, Mr. Eugene, if you've just heard that, you may wish to wave so that the audience can see you. Remember, you're also live as well. Yes,
Beautiful.
they are.
Beautiful.
All right. Now that you've met the debaters, you know the judges, let's remind you of the topic today. Both David and Delight will debate the topic. Is social media a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today? That's the topic. One of them will say yes, the other will say no. And that is what we are about to find out.
Yes, it's the ritual. And as it goes down, a quick reminder, there is a possibility you could both tie at the end of this debate after the presentation, rebuttal, and closing rounds. If that happens, it rarely does. I don't remember it happening, but should it happen, you'll engage in a tiebreaker round. For that tiebreaker round, you will switch sides, meaning you'll have 5 minutes to argue the position previously argued by your opponent. The judges will vote to retain one of the losers of both debates today. So, if you feel you are not doing well in the debate, you feel your opponent is running ahead of you, do not lose heart. Give it the best shot. You may not win, but you may just have done enough to ensure you impress the judges enough for their wild card. It's the second chance, which will see the chosen loser advance to the next stage of the competition. All right. As a reminder, and don't forget also, even if you are the winner, remember, you would still be put on a pedestal against the second winner of the second debate, and we will determine who was the better debater on the day. It will influence where you position and who you meet in your next debater, in your next debate. What is wrong with me? Okay. By the way, a quick reminder, we have polls up on YouTube and X. You can go there to guess who will win and who the judges will save as a wild card. Maybe we don't conflate it. For now, just judge who you think wins.
Correct.
Later on, we'll have a separate poll so that we don't have confusion like we had yesterday. Also note, Tuesday next week, the best winner from today's debates will face the wild card from tomorrow's matches. Okay? And that will be at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Conversely, the wild card from today's debates will face the best winner from tomorrow's debates. That will be at 4 p.m. And at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, the two people are judged to be second best winners from today and tomorrow's debates will go head to head. It will be a serious clash. Also, follow Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ on Instagram. It's at Nigeria Info IBTD.
Correct.
Nigeria Info IBTD for I Beg to Differ. Nigeria Info IBTD. You'll get the latest updates, behind the scene content, and inside access to everything happening on the show. We've got some amazing content with some of these students. You would love it.
Correct. Well, now it is time to find out what side they picked. Minanengyiofori is smiling. I guess I will start with the gentleman to my right. David, what side of this argument will you argue today?
I'm supporting.
You are saying that social media is a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today. So that leaves Delight with the opposing side. Delight will say, no, it's not true. It is not true at all. Well, then, it is time to debate.
It is time indeed. Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ National Tournament of Champions. Here we go.
That is correct. We will start with the motion supporter, Minanengyiofori David. David is supporting the topic, is social media a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today? David, you will now get 3 minutes to open your argument.
There's a valid reason social media is linked to depression and loneliness. We live in a time when many people spend countless hours a day online, strolling through the timeline of others with envy, regret, and little appreciation for their own lives. These aren't my words, but those of Gemini Kent. Good evening, moderator, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debater, my ever-listening audience. Minanengyiofori David is my name, a student of Newhall International School. And I'm here to affirm that social media is a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today. Firstly, there are multiple researches that show that social media is a leading cause of mental health issues among young people, especially teens. Yale Medicine conducted a research study on US teens ages 12 to 15. Those who use social media over 2 hours each day face twice the risk of having negative mental health outcomes, including depression and anxiety symptoms. Furthermore, it's an addiction. Social media has a reinforcing nature. Using it stimulates the brain reward center by releasing dopamine, a feel-good chemical. So, even if its users know that they stand the risk of getting certain mental health outcomes, they can't stop, which just worsens the situation. Additionally, social media creates a space that allows for cyberbullying. According to Pew Research Center, 46% of US teens have experienced a form of cyberbullying, and 54% of adolescent girls have experienced the same. These figures keep on increasing, and as they do, the percentage of mental health issues increase as well. Moving on, some people, including my opponent, might argue that depression and anxiety are serious issues that shouldn't be attributed to the media, although they should, let's come a bit lower. Low attention span. A study conducted by Gallup in 2023 showed that US teens spent on average 4.8 hours on social media each day, and this is to blame for the decrease in attention span, especially in students. In addition, social media sets unrealistic body standards. This leads to body dysmorphia and is more predominant in females. This would therefore lead people to doing things like bleaching and going under the knife, which might kill them physically and mentally. I fear the day that technology will surpass a human interaction, the world will have a generation of idiots, Albert Einstein. I believe we have reached that day, as the media has led to social isolation and weakened social skills, which are all necessary for the adequate growth of young people today. Also, information overload. The media constantly flows with information, and this might appear as a good thing, but it overwhelms its use and has been shown to be a trigger for mania and bipolar disorder. A study by the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, found that 79% of undergraduates in 4 universities performed poorly in their academics due to an addiction to social media. This poor performance that already takes a toll on students' mental health will therefore lead to things like anxiety, stress, and even depression. An article released last year on Sleep Foundation says, and I quote, excessive use of social media before bed would reduce sleep quality and lead to a multitude of sleep-related issues. And it's no new news that excessive use of social media before bedtime would lead to insomnia and has been shown to cause multiple mental health issues. Furthermore, social media can lead to things like fobbing behaviors and PVS. Fobbing behaviors is when you ignore the people around you just to pay attention to your phone. And PVS, phantom vibration syndrome, is a perception that your phone is vibrating, meanwhile it's not. A quote by Edward Tofte left me thinking for days, and I'd like to leave it with you. There are only 2 industries that refer to their customers as users: illegal drugs and software. Thank you.
Thank you very much for landing. Remember, when the clock tills, you don't hang mid-sentence. Drop that sentence. Thank you very much. That's David Minanengyiofori. You've heard his opening remarks. It is time for his opponent, Delight Okey-Orji.
And Delight, you will now get 3 minutes.
Good evening, our honorable moderator, impartial and incorruptible panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debater, and my ever-listening audience. My name is Okey-Orji Delight, a student from the Threshold International School, Port Harcourt. Before us, here is a very important question. Is social media a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today? Well, my direct answer to this question is no. Before I proceed, I would like to unravel the meaning of some of the words I'll be running throughout our debate today. First, social media. According to Wikipedia, social media are interactive technologies that facilitate the creation, sharing, and aggregation of information amongst a virtual network or a virtual community. While mental health issues refer to a wide range of conditions that affect the thinking, mood, and behavior of an individual. Examples include bipolar disorder, insomnia, and other mental health issues. I would like to support my stand on the following points. First, mental health issues are multifaceted, influenced by factors such as family, genetics, and environment. Note that social media is just one out of a much larger puzzle, and it is just 0.232% of the pie. Now, it is also important that we do not commit to misattribution of causality. Just because young people spend a lot of time on social media does not necessarily mean that they are addicted to social media. Rather, it could serve as a coping mechanism or as a symptom of an already existing mental health issue. Just note, it is not the root cause. Social media also serves as a tool for connection, awareness, and support. Social media provides experiences for young people, and this provides solace and comfort for them. Social media also provides support for them while they are going through this life stage of growing up. Social media also provides another point is the role of academic pressure. According to the research conducted by the American Psychological Association, it shows that anxiety and stress caused by young parents today is caused due to the pressure of academics. The constant drive for high jobs, for high grades, and getting admission into prestigious universities have caused this pressure, something that social media does not create. Social media serves as a tool for encouragement, serves as a tool for emotional support and boost. I know that I've been able to convince you beyond reasonable doubt that social media is not a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today. Thank you.
Right on time. Well done.
Interesting opening. Now we know we have a battle on our hands.
We do, Femi. We certainly do. Okey-Orji Delight and Minanengyiofori David are debating the topic: is social media a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today? Delight says no, not at all. There are other factors at play. Minanengyiofori says yes, indeed. Well, it is time to go straight to the rebuttal rounds, and afterwards we will take a short break. For this round, we will revert to the motion opposer. Delight, you now have 3 minutes to refute your opponent's points. And if you wish to add extra points of your own afterwards, you may do so within your time.
All protocols duly observed, I still remain Okey-Orji Delight, and I'm still opposing the motion that says social media is a leading cause of mental health issues among young people. My opponents mentioned depression and loneliness, but I already addressed that point in my first part, where it says misattribution of causality. Just know that there is a relationship, even though two activities may be correlated, it is not right to attribute both of them together. Rather, it is important to separate them. Social media has provided a source of relief for young people today. My opponent mentioned excessive use of social media has eaten time. That shows that the individual lacks time management skills. It is important that before you start using social media, you have your time management skills. This will enable you to give time for each activity you want to do. You also mentioned unrealistic body shaming. Social media provides comfort for people who have been body shamed or people who are currently experiencing body shaming. It provides a source of community, an isolated community, a marginalized community where they can freely express themselves without being judged. Social media serves as a tool for connection, for emotional support, and it also serves as a form of awareness, because without social media we wouldn't be hearing about hashtag mental health campaigns, hashtag Bell Let's Talk. Social media provides awareness for each of these activities, and this brings resources for people to come and get ideas from. I know that I've been able to clear any iota of doubt in you that social media is not a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today. Thank you.
Oh, well. Delight had more than a minute to spare. We will now go straight to her opponent, Minanengyiofori David. You have 3 minutes.
Minanengyiofori David is my name, and I'm here to refute some of the points my opponents made. In your first point, you said that mental health issues are multifaceted and things like family and genetics cause mental health issues. But I gave enough facts to prove that social media does lead to mental health issues, and I'll give them again and more just to clear things. Your Medicine conducted a research study on US teens and found out that people who use social media over 3 hours each day face twice the risk of having depression and anxiety symptoms. Again, social media leads to cyberbullying, and it's no new news that cyberbullying has led to the death of multiple people. Then you mentioned that a correlation doesn't mean causality, and I've proved that although there is a correlation between these two things, social media also causes mental health issues. Do you know how hard it is for a child to go online and get bullied by their peers, people older than them, for young girls like yourself to meet predators online and people are sharing indecent pictures with them? Then you said it's a coping mechanism for some people, and although it might be a coping mechanism for some people, but it's wrong. You can't get the help you need. If you're having a mental health issue, you can't get the help you need on social media. There are professionals that deal with this situation, so don't go to the media and get yourself help. Don't use social media as a means to cope. Then you said it leads to connection, and I'd like to give you a story of Maria Perez, a 12-year-old girl who was having problems with her family and turned to social media. Maria Perez met a 34-year-old man and decided to vent to him. Maria was found like 2 months after she was lost with 600 kilometers from her house, and this is just because she couldn't speak up about her issues to the people in her house. She decided to turn to the media and talk to random people. Then you said social media leads to awareness. Social media is one of the major places where misinformation is spread. If you're getting most of your information and you think that social media is leading to awareness, it is wrong. Social media leads to misinformation. Social media gives you information that you might think is right, but you're just using it as a way to pacify yourself. Then you said that academic pressure causes anxiety, and I don't see how that relates to the topic we are arguing here today. The topic is social media is a leading cause of mental health issues, and it is. Now you bringing the academic pressure causes anxiety, that doesn't correlate with the topic we are talking about today. Then you said that social media is a tool for emotional support. And I've said again, if you're getting your help on social media, there is a huge problem. You can't go on the media for all the support you need. Go to therapists, go to psychologists. If you have mental health issues, social media is not the place to go. You're just going to get yourself more addicted to it, and it's going to lead to multiple other issues. Thank you.
Right on time.
No doubt. No doubt. So, rebuttal rounds done and dusted. We're getting set for the closing rounds. Special thanks to everybody, particularly our friends, partners, and supporters. Obi-Weezy, Chrisland Schools, our host institution, Olaya Foods, Call to Fly, and Biloxi. Special thanks to all our guys. I beg to differ. Students debate the nationals, produced by Sheriff Quadri and with the able backing of Yvonne Okhaifo. Plenty of work that go into this debate. Also, Kenneth Odueme, Olamide Faduju, these guys are part of the production and ensure that content goes out as need be. Alongside Samuel Iwuji and Babatunde Abdul Salam, who's in charge of our broadcasts on social media. Also, Onyeka Eledan, who leads in terms of production. Plenty to be thankful for. We've just seen the presentation and rebuttal rounds. And now,
when we come back from this really short break, you will hear the closing arguments. Stick around.
It is now day 3 of Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ Tournament of Champions from across Nigeria, and there is no slowing down. At 4 o'clock, Minanengyiofori David and Okey-Orji Delight will debate the topic, is social media a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today? At 5 o'clock, Favor Victor will slug it out with Ajekigbe Mercy Eyitola on the topic, do career politicians in Nigeria hinder or enhance the country's development? Judges have already given second chances to 2 losers, but will save one more on Wednesday. Who will the lucky one be? I am Yvonne Okhaifo. Join Femi, Obong-Daniels and me to find out on Wednesday. Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ Tournament of Champions. 16 debaters, now 14. 1 winner, 2 million naira. For sponsorship, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, a tournament of champions.
welcome back. The tournament continues. Special thanks to our host institution, Chrisland Schools, accommodating our champion debaters from outside of the state. They've been in the education business for nearly 5 decades.
That's correct.
6 nursery and primary schools, 6 secondary schools, and a 6th form college, as well as a university. And you did hear earlier on when Yvonne had mentioned Onwushika Somkenechukwu Ikechukwu, who made all A's.
Straight A's.
All A's in YX SSE this year. And that's despite dealing with the tremendous loss of a loved one. So it's kudos to the young lad, but kudos also to the institution where excellence is the watchword. By the way, you can find Chrisland Schools on the mainland and Ireland. They're in Abuja as well. Chrisland without a T.
Correct.
Okay, Chrisland without a T. Run a search for them. There'll be more regarding our host institution in the days ahead. Also, special thanks to all our other partners. Call to Fly for bringing our debaters, a good number of our debaters, particularly the Abuja team coming in, catering to all your transportation needs, everything from flight ticketing to hotel reservation to freight and logistics. Special thanks to Biloxi. They've helped refresh with the tasty, the Flora chocolate cookies, and of course, who can leave out Olaya Foods and Catering, partnering with us to keep the debaters fully fed, making and catering to all kinds of local delicacies with outlets in Lekki, VI, Surulere, and Ikeja, and others much welcome. Also, have I left out Obi-Weezy? Long-standing partner of I Beg to Differ, gadgets of all kinds. Obi-Weezy, that is your plug. If you'd like to be a part of I Beg to Differ, the national finals, send us an email, info@nigeriainfo.fm. Let's continue now. Time for the closing round.
Indeed, time for the closing rounds. And for this round, we will revert to the motion supporter, Minanengyiofori David. Your time starts now.
I've given multiple proofs on how social media is the leading cause of mental health issues. But my opponent here proves to be a Dalton Thomas, so I'm here to give more points. Minanengyiofori David is my name, and I'm here to bring my arguments to a close. Let's draw a connection, shall we? Depression is one of the major causes of suicide, and social media has proved to be one major cause of depression. Hence, social media is a leading cause of suicide, and yet you still believe that social media is not a leading cause of mental health issues among young people. Furthermore, even parents have noticed these damages, as some parents who've Meta chief executive, CEOs of TikTok and X, to the US Senate. Mark Zuckerberg gave an apology, and keep in mind, this isn't the first time he has apologized. Parents said his apology was a bit too late, as the damage had already been done. Additionally, let's consider Tyler Clementi, an 18-year-old who hosted a date in his room. Unknown to him, this date was being live-streamed by his roommates. Tyler was mocked, ridiculed online just because of his sexuality. This gross humiliation by the media led to Tyler's unfortunate demise. Moving on, FOMO, the fear of missing out. This stemmed from a place of not being included in social activities and connection. Natalie Christine, instructor of psychology at Harvard, says FOMO leads to anxiety and compulsive behavior. In addition, social media has normalized certain mental health issues. Things like delusion, previously called paranoid disorder, has now been stripped of its original meaning, and these things that require serious attention have been turned to child's play. Also, let's consider the irony of social media. A technology created to bring people closer together is actually making us more disconnected, which just aggravates things like depression, anxiety, and even loneliness. Next, seeing as the media is not censored, young people are exposed to things like violence, self-harm, pornographic material, and these things are definitely not good for their mental health. Instagram made headlines last year for suppressing likes, as they thought that it was a good step towards safeguarding the mental health of its users. This just proves my point, seeing as even these social media apps know the amount of damage they are doing to their users these days. Alex Hearn wrote, "If Facebook makes everyone think they are boring, Twitter makes everyone seem awful, Instagram makes you think that everyone is perfect except yourself." Imagine the amount of damage that this does to adults compared to the amount of damage it will do to young people who are still growing up. Now, don't get me wrong, social media has a lot of benefits, but after giving all this undeniable proof, I know my opponent as well now agrees with the motion which states social media is a leading cause of mental health issues among young people, because it is. Thank you.
All right then.
A good friend of mine would say, alrighty then.
Alrighty.
I miss Bolaniwa Olajide. Where is he? All right. Thank you very much.
Delight will now get 3 minutes to close her argument. And those 3 minutes start now.
Standing on the existing protocol, I still remain Okey-Orji Delight, and I'm still opposing the motion which says social media is a leading cause of mental health issues among young people. As for my closing remark, I will be basing my closing remark on the phrase correlation does not imply causation. Even though two activities may be closely related, it is important to know that one is not based on the other. And a research conducted by the US Statistics shows that there was an increase in the intake of ice cream, and at the same time there was an increase in the shark attack. I know my opponent will say that the increase in shark attack was due to the increase in ice cream intake, but that is wrong, and I will prove my explanation to you. When the weather is warmer, people tend to take in more ice cream and people tend to visit the ocean more, and this has led to the increase in shark attack. This also applies to social media and mental health issues. Social media has also provided job opportunities, reducing the rate of unemployment. We have job opportunities such as content creation, ghostwriting, and affiliate marketing. Social media has also provided a method by which people can now monetize their accounts, and social media has also created a venue whereby if people cannot visit where they are showing these live jokes to laugh and to ease out the stress, social media brings it directly to their home. In the comfort of their home, they can watch comedy such as Just Too Funny, and this helps to reduce their rate of stress. I would like to end with the words of Dr. Jen Twenge, a psychologist, when she stated, "It is important to look at the bigger picture and to also focus on the root cause, not on basing your facts based on emotions." She once said, "It is important that we look for the root causes of mental health issues rather than making it look like social media is the cause of mental health issues." I know that I've been able to clear any iota of doubt in you that social media is not a leading cause of mental health issues among young people today. Thank you.
Okay. She's 16 years of age. She's an SS3 student of the Threshold International School in Port Harcourt. Delight Okey-Orji. Her opponent, same age, 16, SS3 student of Newhall International School, Chevron, Lekki. His name, David Minanengyiofori. The debate is done. They've played their part. It's out of their hands now. To the judges and their scorecard, we will go. The judges, no doubt, have determined how they would vote, but the chief judge will collate all the judging from the other judges, and we will read that out to you. Remember, you also will get to see one of the winners determined as the best debater of the day. 2 debates every day at this stage, and one of the 2 losers will still have a chance to soldier on in the debate. Thank you very much. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Go over there. You get to vote your preferred debater so far. We will read the results as we go. Remember too, during the course of the second debate, you will also get to determine who is given the wild card opportunity of the 2 losers from today. As we await the verdict of the judges, there will be opportunity to read some of your messages, and we may take a couple of your calls. It all starts with one of our judges, our 5th judge, our diction judge, sharing her thoughts in terms of language usage with these 2 debaters. Yvonne.
Thank you, Femi. I'd like to say, first of all, that both Delight and David showed a good command of the English language, so kudos to both of you. However, because none of us here, is a native speaker of the language, of course, would have a few infractions here and there. So I'm just here to point those out to you. For instance, David, even though you're giving me the bombastic side eye, I do not care. I am still going to point it out to you, David. It is not researches. You could say research studies, okay? Research is the act of studying. Okay, so a research study or research studies have shown there is no a research, and there is no such a thing as researches. Okay, there is no such thing as researches. You have research studies. It is also adolescent, both of you, not adolescent. Okay, adolescent. The focus is on lessons, adolescent. Now, here's something that I think you should also note. There's a difference between how you pronounce the word use, use. When you use it as a verb, it is use with the Z. But when you use it as a noun, it is use with the S.
Yeah.
Okay? So the use of phones.
Oh, I don't have any use for this.
But I can use my phone. Okay? One is performing the action, the other is the act of the action. Okay? It is also faceted, not faceted, faceted. The emphasis is on the fa. Multifaceted. Okay? Not multifaceted. Both of you.
Both of them. Yeah.
Yes. Now, it is older than they, not older than them. Older than they are. It is the same way you say she is more beautiful, or he is more beautiful than I am, or he is more handsome than I am, not than me, than I am. So when comparing 2 persons, you always use the first person pronouns. Okay, so it is older than they, not older than them. And then you said something, and I would attribute it to rapid speech, where you said you were made reference to a young lass who was found 600 kilometers away from her house, but then you said she was found with 600 kilometers. So then I thought to myself, did she carry did she carry the distance in her bag or in her head? All right. It is also gross, not gross. Okay,
yeah, gross,
not gross. It is pressure, not pressure. Pressure. Okay? Pressure, not pressure. And health, not health. Health. Okay? To you, delight, it is think, not think. Think. Of course, I said, okay, here's another one that I'd like to point out. Please note the research as well, okay? It is not a research. You can say a research study or research studies, but you do not say a research, okay? It is also, you say according, when you use according to, you go straight to what you want to say. But you said according to, it shows. According to studies, people are more likely to, than okay? So let's use the example of people being more likely to suffer from stress due to life issues than social media. According to studies, people are more likely to suffer from stress than social media, as opposed to saying, according to studies, it shows. Do you understand? Good. So when you use according to, just go straight to the point. You don't need to add it shows, it says. Okay? Good. What else would I like to point out? I would attribute this one as well to rapid speech, but you said making it looks like. I'm sure you meant making it look like. Okay? Yeah. But because this is the Tournament of Champions and everything counts, you will be penalized for that as well. But well done to both of you. You did such a great job. And I thoroughly enjoyed hearing from you, especially because your side of the topic was quite challenging. It was quite challenging, but you put up a good fight. That was really, really marvelous of you. Well done. Minanengyiofori.
By you, Yvonne meant delight.
Yes, delight, please. I meant delight. Thank you. Delight, you did such a great job, okay? You put up a good fight and you were quite eloquent. So well done to you. Minanengyiofori, David. Well done to you as well. Lagos knows you. Now the rest of Nigeria will know you as well. Well done to both of you. It is now in the hands of the judges. I have done my part. I have played my part. The judges will decide. We can take... by the way, the polls are in. The results from the polls are in right now. And, oh boy. We will take the results after the judges have sent in the verdict.
All right, perhaps opportunity to look at messages and a couple of phone calls. We're still awaiting the final collation of the verdict.
This message here says, kids that are beyond the age of teens, I bet a lot of adults will be left behind on this. Champions and champions, congratulations to the winner. Thank you very much, Patrick Abel, for sharing that. Let's take a few calls now. If you can send your messages, by the way, to WhatsApp, if you'd like to, 080-959-75805. Hello? Good evening to you.
Good evening. How are you? Yvonne.
Rapruchuku, is that you?
Come again.
Is that Rapruchuku?
No, it's not Rapruchuku. It's Richard.
Hello, Richard. How are you?
Fine, thank you, my dear. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Go ahead, please.
Is the program that is on?
Say that again.
I'm saying, is the debate on?
Yes. Where have you been, Richard?
I wanted to know because is Mr. Femi there?
Yes, he is.
I'm right by her side.
Okay. I am sorry to deviate you people from because I'm interested. I am a visually challenged person.
All right.
I am a man of about 81 years, 81 plus. There's a complaint I have, Mr. Femi.
You can channel that complaint to the email info@nigeriainfo.fm, sir. But we cannot do this right now because this is about the debate. Nothing else should be discussed apart from the debate, I beg to differ, happening now. If you have complaints, you have concerns, reach out to us on Instagram, for example, okay? Nigeria Info, or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm.
Or perhaps a WhatsApp.
Or send it to WhatsApp as well. Hello?
Yvonne, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name?
I got Femi. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Welcome.
Yeah, Kingsley from Ikredu.
All right, welcome.
Femo, do you know what you get when you have champions on the studio?
This is what you get. This is what you get. That is the simple summary of what happened today. Because these guys, I don't know how to rate them. Two of them are good to go. Though I started from the day three, but I haven't gotten your people. I think I'm seeing a replica of former Harcourt presenter, Sandra Ezekwesere, then the recent one, Mary Ann, then Yvonne by himself, then Femi, you are comparable. I don't know whether we can get some, but I think one of them is coming out from this debate. I think Minanengyiofori is doing well, but I don't know who to give it to. What I'm seeing today, I don't know. Do you have better water inside the studio to quench the fire? I think the judge.
Are you still there?
What happened?
Are dead. Yeah, the judges are there with their headache. I know. They can do that.
All right.
You are listening to your
Thank you very much. You are indeed listening to your number one station for news, talk, and where all the big conversations happen. It is time to determine who has won or lost this debate. We'll start with the presentation round. The judges have collated 11 points, plus 18 points, plus 9 points, plus 14.5 points. For a total of 52.5 points for Delight. 52.5. For David, it's 25 points plus 36 plus 21 plus 16.5 for a total of 98.5 presentation points.
And for rebuttal rounds, the judges award 60 points to Minanengyiofori David and 44 points to Delight.
Taking us to the closing arguments. A commanding difference, 83 points to David, 39 points to Delight.
And for style, 33 points to David and 26.5 points to Delight.
For diction infractions, courtesy of Judge Yvonne, a subtraction of 4.5 points for David and a subtraction of 2.5 points for Delight gives us a total of 159.5 points for Delight, Okey-Orji, and a total of 270 points for Minanengyiofori David. Congratulations, David. You qualify automatically to the next round of this debate.
Delight, fret not. Do not let your heart be troubled, at least not for now, because you just might remain in the competition. But we will have to wait until the next debate to find out. And that is because we have an opening for a wild card. And that wild card just might be you. Okay? So fret not. Do not let your heart be dismayed. Hold on until 5 o'clock. Okay? Until after the debate at 5. You were wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, Delight. That was a beautiful debate. David, congratulations. We'll see you in the second round, but you'll get to find out what your debate topic will be and who you will go up against tomorrow.
Yes, at the same time, let's take the polls from this debate. So 58% voted. Just a moment, I'm trying to confirm where. Okay, this is from Facebook. 58% voted in favor of Minanengyiofori to win, and 42% voted in favor of Okey-Orji Delight to win. And then on YouTube, 68% voted in favor of Minanengyiofori David, and 32% voted in favor of Okey-Orji Delight.
Special thanks to our partners and sponsors, Obi Weezy, Chrisland Schools, Olaya Foods, Call to Fly, Biloxi. If you would like to get on board, please do send us an email via info@nigeriainfo.fm.
That's right. And to the elderly man from earlier, you can send your concern to the WhatsApp number 0908885. Beg your pardon. I am so sorry. Femi, I was
I know. Were you calling your number out?
I was calling. Okay.
Yvonne has finished me.
Quite the comic relief. Okay. Serious face now.
Yeah.
080-959-75805. 080-959-75805 is the WhatsApp number, sir. So please feel free to send your concern to the WhatsApp number. Thank you very much.
We'll take a break. When we come back, it will be time for the second debate of the evening. Stick around.
It is now day 3 of Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.